and welcome to Brave Dog Training Online. Have you ever experienced your dog reacting differently to some breeds? Maybe even show aggression or fear towards specific breeds? Then this video is perfect for you because we are discussing if dogs can be racist. I'm Anita, I'm a professional dog trainer. I help you build a trusting relationship with your dog to overcome fear and reactivity. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But for now, we're gonna start with the video. Have fun! Alright, so this is something that is really common and a little bit of a taboo tema because racism is something really horrible. In humans, people who act that way are really poor creatures who just, yeah, I can't even describe what I feel for those people. And it's not nice. So racism is truly horrible. But in our dogs, it's a bit different because we cannot put our dogs on the same level as an adult human being. Our dogs have the cognition of a 3-year-old to a 5-year-old child. So if a 3-year-old child would be startled by another human that looks different and the child hasn't seen somebody looking like that before, then we wouldn't get mad and we wouldn't call the child a racist because he just doesn't know any better. And with dogs, it's the same thing. Because whenever a dog grows up with not enough socialization with different breeds, some breeds just look scary to him because they have all these folds in the face, so they look like they are snarling all the time. They have these bulging eyes, so they look like they are staring. They are bred without tails, so they cannot communicate with that part of the body. They are bred with faces that are absolutely incapable of any communication because they are just wrinkled all over, and the snouts are so short that they cannot really breathe well and they cannot communicate with that either. So they also make funny noises when they breathe because the air just wouldn't come in, so they start with snoring and stuff like that. And for our dogs, that's really something that could be perceived as a threat. And breeds where this is very common are bulldogs. Actually, every kind of bulldogs, but it's worse in French bulldogs and English bulldogs. And of course, pugs. Those are the most damaged dogs that are still bred. Because not only are they absolutely incapable of any communication, but almost every body part has some kind of genetic disease. So if it's the back, if it's the knees, the hips, the elbows, of course the whole head. And this is something these dogs suffer their whole life with their breeding. Because it's just everything is too small, too large, misproportioned, so air doesn't come in enough. And they feel like they're suffocating all the time. So if you're thinking about getting a dog, or if somebody in your close circle is thinking about a dog, do not buy those. We cannot support people who are breeding dogs that suffer their whole lives. It's not okay. But back to the dog at hand. If your dog is struggling with those breeds, it's only natural. Sometimes it also happens that dogs struggle with very intense breeds. So breeds who have these very intense looks. And that could be either shepherds, mostly German shepherds, huskies, and staffies and rotties. They just have a more intense look, and sometimes that's a little intimidating for our dogs. So if your dog isn't one of those breeds and you see your dog struggling with them, just help him out. Help him get out of the situation. And if you have in your area somebody with such a dog who is willing to train with you, then you can just do a little social walk and do all those things so your dog gets comfortable with that specific dog. But if socialization is over and your dog hasn't learned that dogs can look very, very, very different than him, it can be a struggle. And if you're struggling with your dog lunging and barking at other dogs, if specific breeds or not, doesn't matter. Go to the description, click the course, and you will find everything you need to get your dog to another level and to just being comfortable in those situations. All right? But I want to share another message with you today. And that is, I've already said, don't support breeders who produce dogs who suffer their whole life. That's one very important thing, and that's very, very close to my heart because those dogs are really poor little creatures. Okay? And if you are a bulldog lover, like I am, I love bulldogs. They're just so fun and they are just amazing dogs. I also love staffies. But the shelters and rescue organizations are full of them because people just don't think about what kind of dog they get, or they have medical issues very early on. That's often the case with bulldogs. Or they just are too highly energetic, what often happens with the terriers, like the pit and the staff. Because they are just not handled right as puppies, and then they reach adolescence, and then they go crazy. They are not bad dogs. They're just a little over everything. And so they are put into the shelter because people can no longer handle them. And that's why so many amazing dogs are sitting behind bars. So that's why I would always recommend looking at shelters and looking at rescue organizations first. And if you must go to any breeder, please have a very close look at what you're buying and have a close look at how the puppies are brought up, how they are socialized in the first weeks, because they are crucial. And if you get a puppy and you get a rescue puppy, also have a look at how they are socialized, because some organizations really do an amazing job and others don't really give that much about it. So have a close look at what you're getting yourself into. And if your dog is already reactive, to some breeds or to all breeds or to all living beings, then go to the description box and get yourself help. I wish you an amazing time with your dog. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell so you don't miss anything anymore. And if you have any questions, let me know via email and I'll get back to you. Have an amazing time with your dog. Until next time. Bye.